everyone, this is Cindy from Stamped with Aloha. Today we're going to be creating a really simple Christmas ornament that features the cloche shaker domes. So let's go ahead and get started on today's project. So these are what the cloche shaker domes look like, and these are great for creating shaker cards. But like I said, we're going to make a sweet little ornament out of them. So we're going to begin with a piece of pool party cardstock, and then we're going to be working with the cloche dies. Now these dies coordinate with the classic cloche stamp set, but we aren't going to be using this for today's project. Okay, so we have the dies here, and we're going to be working with this die here. You can see that I have a little piece of washi tape stuck to it because we're going to lay this on our scrap piece of paper and we're going to tape it. And that's because I want to trace around it. Now I have the tape on the inside of the die so that it won't disturb the trace line that I'm going to make. Now I'm going to take a second piece of washi and I'm just going to place this near the top to secure the top down as well. Okay, then I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to trace it. Okay, once it's been traced, I'm going to just carefully pick it up and then I'll take the washi tape off carefully as well. Okay, and then I'm going to use my paper snips. I'm going to cut around the edges, and the end result is going to be a piece that looks like this. All right, so for our focal point of our ornament, we are going to feature this cute little guy here. Now this is a snowman that I created using the Penguin Builder Punch. Another thing that's going to be featured on this ornament is a tree. So you'll notice that the cloche dies come with these three. They come with a lot of trees, but these three here are the ones that I would want to use for this ornament. And then there's also these two trees here that I'll use as well. Okay, so I've die cut those for you so you can see how pretty they are. And we're only going to need one for this project, but you can see that you have a couple of small ones and then you have this large one here. So they look like that. And then the two trees look like that. So what we're going to do is we just want to use a trunk of the tree. So it doesn't matter, we can use either one of these. And I'm going to just take and I'm going to cut off the top. And then we only need one tree on this ornament. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of glue here. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and stick this tree on like that. Okay, so now we have the tree and the snowman, but I want to add a star. So for the star, I'm going to be using this star punch here that has all these different star images on it. I just want this little teeny tiny star right there. So I'll take a scrap piece of cardstock and I'm going to punch that out. All right, now we're ready to do some stamping. We're going to be using Pool Party ink as well as black ink. And then we're going to use two images from the Penguin Play stamp set, the little snowflakes and the word Season's Greetings. So we're going to do our stamping on this piece here, and I want to pay attention to the fact that our dome is going to go over the top like that. So I want to make sure that I don't put any words too close to the edge here. Now my snowman is going to be the focal point, and the snowman is going to sit about right here on the ornament. So I just want to keep that in mind when putting my words on, which I'm going to do with black ink. So I'm going to ink them up with black ink, and then I'm going to stamp them like right above where the head is. And so if it's a little bit tricky to stamp with the snowman on there, I'm going to move him out of the way and then just eyeball it right above his head like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take the little snow, and then I'm just going to randomly stamp the little snowflakes all around the words. Okay, so that looks good. And now we're done with our stamping. So I'll put my ink away, and then we're ready to attach this little base here. Now remember, this piece came from the cloche dies as well. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to glue that right here, like a little mound of snow at the bottom of our ornament. Okay, next we're going to adhere the tree. So again, you could use a large tree, you could also use a small tree. They're both super cute, and either one will work with this project. And so then I'm going to just take the tree, I'm going to add some glue to the back, and then I'm going to mount the tree over here on the left side. Again, I'm paying attention that I don't get too close to the edge where that dome is going to get stuck down. Next, we're going to add this little star that I created with the star punch. So to adhere the star, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to just dab a tiny, tiny drop of glue on the back side of it. And then I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to just add the star right there to the top of the tree. Okay. All right, next I'm going to take the little snowman here. I've already placed some dimensionals on the back, And then I'm gonna go ahead and just place him right here. Now again, I wanna be careful that I don't put him too close to the bottom. I wanna leave a little bit of space there. So this is a little tighter than I wanted it to be, but yeah, that's gonna work. All right, for the next step, we wanna create a hole right here. So I'm gonna just flip this around and then I'm gonna use my hole punch and I'm gonna just punch a hole right here at the top. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little piece of baker's twine and I just folded the baker's twine in half and then I tied a knot. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm going to thread this from the back. And if you take your pick tool, can come in handy for using baker's twine as well. So I'm gonna just thread it through there. And then I'm gonna take the back of it and I'm going to bring it through the front and create a little string for the ornament like that. All right, so now we're ready to add the shaker dome. So the shaker dome looks like this. There's adhesive on the top, there's adhesive on the back. And these were created like that so that you could sandwich them between cardstock and you could place something inside that you could shake around on the front of your card. Now we could do that with this ornament, but for this particular ornament, I just want to keep it just plain without any sequence or anything in there. So rather than peel off both sides, I'm just going to peel off the adhesive on the back. And then I'm going to carefully place this over the top. Okay, and then once you've lined it up, you go ahead and just press it down. Okay, so the project is done. And you know, this project was designed for my team Christmas party. So I have a tradition of always making them a snowman ornament. So I really love the fact that we had these close domes that I could create this dome-shaped ornament this year. Now, if you didn't want to make this as an ornament, you could easily, before you do any of the decorating on the front, on the back side here, you could stamp with to and from, and then you'd have an adorable gift tag. Now, let me show you another sample where I did stamp on the back. Now, this sample has the exact same front, but on the back of this one, I stamped a sentiment, and then I doubled the domes so that it's a more three-dimensional little project. So this one maybe looks a little bit more like an ornament. This one maybe a little bit more like a tag, but both equally as cute. And if you want, because these are shaker domes, you could easily add some little beads, some little sequins in there as well, so that you could shake that around and give it even some more dimension. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this project. I had a lot of fun sharing it with you. I hope to see you soon at my next video. Until then, aloha.